Hi, my name is Richard. I'm demonstrating my client server app, and what I did is I created the Tic-Tac-toe game. Really simple, but the neat thing about it is we've got a server, and then we will have two clients that concurrently play against each other through the server. So the server will handle all the logic and will send commands to the client to do certain things. So the first thing we need to do is create three terminals. So one for the server, one for the client, and another for the other client. And then first one, I'm going to just make it here, or I can make it clean, and then I can make it again, make it. So then what we do is we start the server and we define the port here, server's running. Next is we create a client, and we'll have to give it localhost and 4320 thing, and it starts off, it says welcome to Tic-Tac-toe. It did make a connection, you can see here, and then the client sent it a command to get a name. I can do now the same here, as I can create another client, and you see another client connected and is asking for the name. So on the first name I can do mine, Richard. That. So it's waiting for the next player. Let's do Maggie here. Boom. So now, because we had it, it's saying my first move. So I'm going to play the classic, kind of in the center, move square 5, I think, put my X there. And then it sends a command to the other client to ask for their move. And right now I can't do anything on mine. I have to wait. So here I'm going to do maybe number 1, put the 0 there, it's asking for my next one. So maybe I'm going to do 4 here, thing. Next one, on this one I might play 2. And then the classic way is, I'm going to block now the zeros up here with this. And essentially I have almost won, because now this client has to decide if they're going to do the 6 or the diagonal. So let's say they block the 6 here. So it blocks it, but now I can still do my diagonal, which is 7. And if I do that, then I win. And it sends that I'm the winner. And it also sends a sorry you lost to the other client and resets the game. And if I wanted to, I could kind of start it again. I think I need to kill the server directly to kill it completely. In terms of code, the client is actually much kind of simpler, where it's really this loop here. After I open the connection, I wait for commands. So I always in my command had a command with just a number. So the first one is welcome to Tic-Tac-toe, and then essentially asking for the name that I was sending back. If the command is 2, it's like telling me it's my move, and then it's asking for my move. And then I also have a way to just send a board. So here on command 3, I just send a board and it updates the visual on the screen, kind of thing. I can then also send it, waiting, or if I was a winner, or if I was a loser, or if there was a draw. On the server side, that one was a little complicated. Essentially, I needed a client handler, and I actually created a game handler so I could have multiple games, which you can see here with the threads. And very simple, like we've done in class before. We log in, we listen, we connect, and as soon as we did that, I also spin up a thread called a game handler, and then I wait for clients to connect. Once they do connect, essentially, I then create the threads and then create it here with the client handler and detach it, kind of thing, so I can have multiple clients. Say if there's too many assigned, it'll just kind of say, hey, sorry, too many players right now, because you can only have 2 players at a time. On the game handler, essentially I have to reset the board. I make sure, this is kind of a simple little one where I make sure that player 1 is ready and player 2 is ready before I actually go and start asking for moods. And then essentially I just kind of count the moves, and I do the modulus of 2, so I kind of flip-flop between index 1 and index 0 kind of thing, asking players to play. And then in essence I send, based if there's a winner or a loser, I send who it is, but I'm really always sending, you know, kind of getting the board kind of thing, what they want to do. And then at the very end, if there was a draw, I send that, and then I kind of turn on a kind of a disconnect thing where I tell the games to disconnect, and then the players disconnect. And then I've got the client handler here, that in essence is listening for the disconnect, and then we'll send the disconnect signal to the players kind of thing. You know, overall, it's not the best user interface, obviously, and there's still a lot of maybe here and there little bugs that would need to be ironed out, but overall, it you know, it kind of works for the foreseeable thing. Hope this helped, and thanks a lot.